I'm Chucky. It's been a while. And here's the thing, right? I think I've mentioned before how, to me, I kind of realized that I didn't really have anything to add, right, when it came to streaming. That is to say, I feel like I've kind of streamed out everything that I have. Like, I'm gonna be making that the obvious joke of finishing pissing, but to put things bluntly, my main problem with streaming has been kind of that the way I like to play games, the way I like to um, just in general have an audience is kind of like as a sort of tour guide through games, which works well enough with a fair few games, which tend to be my favorites. But I kind of ran out of those pretty quickly. And it's not like I didn't have other games that I really liked. I found this one game that was heavily inspired by Guardian Legend, but the thing is, as I learned with The Evil Within, is that if I find myself enjoying a game, it's not a game I want to stream. You know, unless I've like fully played it, I still really, really, really like it, and I kind of feel like or hmm, I feel like I've gotten out most of it on my own, which is when I try to like show it to others. And the problem with that being that that's one of those things where there's only so many games that I can do that with, and I'd kind of run out of. I have a 3x3 of my favorite games that I've made a while back, and it still pretty much holds up. And of those games, I've shown I'm not gonna go off the cuff, I can't really remember them. But most of them I actually can't, they're not games that I feel like I could stream because they're pretty high intensity and I don't want to just be someone who like you lock in there for I guess their content and you just watch something happen. I like talking at people, which is a problem for normal day-to-day life, but is kind of, part of a requirement with for streaming. So with that in mind, I just kind of resigned myself to essentially quietly retiring from streaming, with the caveat that I'd still probably be posting something here and there when it's relevant, like the Christmas one shots. And that leads us to today's stream, because a while back I realized, hey, Vintage Story is pretty like low intensity most of the time. It's pretty chill, and it is a game that I really really like, and I do want more people to know about. And it seems to there's also a bit of a burgeoning community for it on YouTube, so people are clearly interested. Now, with all that in mind, it's kind of the beginning and the ending of it. I realized that I really like this game and I really want to share it with people, because even aside all these saves, I've lost a couple of worlds that I've put in like 300 hours combined, because I've a while back updated my PC. Um, so with that, you can kind of like tally up all this time I've played it. I really fucking like this game. And we are going to be going through a whole, I guess, quote unquote playthrough that I hope will end up as my forever world. I want to get started, so I'm gonna go through the preamble with that before I continue rambling off through gameplay. So this is a modded playthrough, because as much as I like the game, it has some things that are glaringly missing. Now, some mods I have deactivated that I normally would run with, chiefly Decor Bazaar, though I do reserve the right to like later on open it if I feel like I should, but we'll get there when we get there. So I'm just going to kind of go through them and explain each and every one of them, what they do, and why I like them and have them on. So for starters, we have a culinary artillery, which is necessary for expanded foods, or it's the other way around. It might be the other way around. No, it is. Expanded foods is the important one. But basically, a culinary artillery is kind of like a base from which I install expanded foods. So I'm going to go talk about expanded foods. Expanded foods is a mod that just kind of like makes cooking in this game feel so much more sensible. It takes an already really good cooking system and actually makes it like pop. It makes it feel like a fully developed mechanic. I honestly don't have anything particularly more to add. Next up is Combat Overhaul and Combat Overhaul Armory. These are a couple of mods that I've actually added for no like personal reason other than curiosity, because I tried them a while back and I found it very interesting how they turned spears and like the way they work. I have actually not managed to get up to using foxes or any other weapons with this mod on, so here's hoping. Astronomer is a pretty simple mod that just makes the night sky prettier. Automap markers is a very convenient mod that allows you to define various things that you'll find in the overworld that you can just get automatically marked on your map. I think it's a fantastic and really convenient mod. Better Scrap is a mod that adds a good handful of scrap recipes, like for example scrap torch holders, which I am in two minds about, because on one hand they're really cheap, on the other they're really ugly, but on the third, um, I kind of feel like normal torch holders are a bit too expensive. And fourth, I have found that I kind of ended up constantly just using aged torch holders anyway, even with better scrap actually. I love this game's music, but I will still be talking over it. It also adds a couple of scrap weapons, which are pretty strong, but they do require reasonable investment, and scrap armor, which I actually think is pretty bad, but I do like to make it so I can put it on a armor stand. Blacksmith Enhancements is just a couple of things. You have like bellows to heat up your forge more. You have the option to like douse your iron components into barrels to like cool them off, which is not as practical as having a block of water nearby, but counterpoint, it's way sexier. Chiseltools is just, I feel like those should be vanilla. It's a couple of things. So you have a plane scraper, which just allows you to shave off like full layers of voxels when chiseling. You have a pantograph, which lets you copy things, and you have a fancy chisel that lets you do some other pretty sexy things. But realistically, I use it for the plane tool and the pantograph. Conquest, Blocklayer, Overhaul, and Landform Overhaul, I couldn't tell you right away what precise difference they make. I just know that I've been enjoying Worldgen a lot more since I've added them. Continental World primarily serves to avoid, like, small, basically unfun, if I'm being honest, spawns that you just have tiny islands. Likewise for the bigger, more important things. What else? Farseer. Oh, Farseer is great. A problem that this game has is the way its night sky looks because of the render distance. Like, it just does not look good when I'm at night and I feel like I'm in the middle of space because, like, I'm on a wide plain and there's nothing blocking off the horizon. You know, that just doesn't look too good. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't gotten, since I've installed it, because I've got it pretty recently, I haven't gotten to the shores, so I'm not sure if those work the same way. Here's hoping that they don't, so that you like can have actually clear shorelines and stuff. That would be so fucking sexy. But yeah, otherwise I really love it. It also doesn't feel like it impacts performance too much. One roof mod. This is a bit overpowered, I feel like, because it gives you like 4 pieces per like craft, so it's pretty much 1-to-1. But counterpoint, I don't want to build individual pieces and have to like fucking plan out the way shingles are gonna be laid out, because I just don't like it. It's a mod of convenience. Also, I'm pretty sure Vanilla Vintage Story does not have like same height roofs unless you use full blocks, which just don't look good. What else? Primitive survival. This one is really fucking cool because it adds a lot of small quality of life changes that I just generally appreciate. Honestly, it's not much more than that. I like the smokers. I like the spiles it has, which allow you to tap what we call them, trees. At least I think it's primitive survival that has that. And yeah, it just adds a ton of like small conveniences that are just like some disassembly required. Honestly, I want this for ceramics primarily because I want to be able to level up pottery without, you know, just kind of throwing stuff away. Thatch Expanded. I actually don't remember what I had it for. But I'm keeping it because it's probably not going to be too intrusive. Here's something. And lastly, XSkills, which just kind of levels you up pretty slowly but sweetly. So yeah, that's our stuff. Let's go to creating a new world because I also want to walk people through how the choices that I make for my world. So first off, for spawning or player spawning and death, I'm going to keep the items on the floor for like 1 hour. I have to admit that I'm a filthy cheater who does use game mode. I will try not to do that, and I really want to get through a full game without, like, quote unquote, fairly. Nothing else I want to change here. Survival challenges, we have seasons, and we are going to be setting them to the maximum. One problem with this is the way fruit trees are made. You know what? You know what? Cut a deal with you all. We're setting it to 9 days, and that is going to be one thing that will be cheated. I'm going to set it to 9 days for the first year, so that the trees can vernalize and they can actually yield fruits. And furthermore, so that you all can see like the progression of time through the game. True winter is enabled, obviously. Apart from lightning, no, and should I? We're gonna stick to no because I like the game, but I'm still a scrub. Anything else I would want to change? Yes, color accurate world map. Funnily enough, actually, people have made an argument for against color accurate world map. I don't like the beige and brown of the like medieval looking world map. Personally, it's just a matter of taste, and I find it way easier to keep track of like where stuff is, and it makes the world kind of feel more feeling, you know. Like if it were different shades for different surface areas, it would be one thing, but it's all just this kind of generalized blob, which just I don't like it. However, there's meteor impact sites, and those are easier to find if it's not color accurate, if you know what shapes to look for. However, counterpoint, who the fuck cares? We're not here to find all the fucking meteors. Temporal stability, I don't think... No, we're not changing anything here. World generation, here's the fun part. Right. First off, land cover. I am going to set it to a rough 60 or 40%. You know what? Let me see. Do I have a coin nearby? Right. y'all can't see me flipping it. I'm sorry about that. But if it's heads, then we're setting 40%. If it's tails, then we're setting 60%. All right. Let's see. Let's see. And it is heads, so we are setting it. I forgot. I said 40% probably. 40%. Land cover scale. I recall this going to 400%. Upheaval rate, we're going to set it to 10%. Geologic activity, we'll keep it rare. Landform scale, we're going to up it to 140%. Just so we have like slightly more impressive, whatchamacallit, mountain ranges and that kind of thing. Alright, let's see. Polar equator distance. This is going down to 25,000 blocks. Because otherwise, for a single player world, and even with everything that is in place, the world I feel is kind of too big. And with that, I'm actually going to set the story structure distance scaling to, I would like a 40% option, because 25% I've tried all with that and it feels too close. But 50% feels a bit too far still. But I'm going to keep it that way, keep it still a bit of a trek, just not as much as 100, because 100% is like, I think tens of thousands of blocks, if I recall correctly. Alright, let's see. Global deposit spawn rate, we're keeping it normal. Yeah, pretty much everything is going as is. And should I disable class exclusive? I'm not going to disable class exclusive recipes. We're keeping this somewhat more vanilla. And these are the settings that we're going to run it with. I am going to be laughing my ass off because I don't remember Conquest being on or off before, and I've had problems where the world just didn't generate. So let's apply it, and let's just randomize. You know what? We're gonna call it a world for all to see. There we go, because you are all seeing it as we are streaming. And now we wait. I constantly glaze up this game. If you like, when people talk about Minecraft and like, oh my god, I'm so nostalgic for Minecraft, and they talk about how Minecraft used to be and how they miss old Minecraft and stuff like that. And most people like talk about that wistfully, and also they're aware that they're talking about basically missing being 10. But here's the thing, it's only partially true. That is to say, yes, you do miss being that young and carefree. Obviously, you do. However, it is also true that when you first play Minecraft, you kind of okay, let's see. I'm just gonna keep clicking randomizing until we're not going to let the guy be sad. Where is it? Where's kind? There we go. Going to give him a sergeant mustache. Alright, leotard. What should we... I like this. It also sounded a bit like the X-Men theme, so I'm keeping this. Alright, now for classes. See, this is something I've been thinking about before starting the game, because I kind of need to decide on a class to play. And I think... You know what? Oh, okay. We're going with Clockmaker, and we're going to be using quarterstaffs, because I love quarterstaffs. Let's go. And here we are. Now, the game gives you a notification, though it is quite out of the way, where it says to press H if you are new, so you can see a guy. If you want to play this game out on your own, if you're wanting to, you know, try it for yourself, you can go to guides, and I think there should be one here, either here or oh, tutorials. There we go. So you can use this, and you can press start tutorial to be guided through everything. Obviously, like I said, I don't need this because, well, I'm confident. Ah, there we go. Need help figuring out the game. So, starting out, as we play through this game, my focus is going to be piece by piece. Do I not have an axe? Oh, there we go, knife blade. So my focus is going to be primarily in setting a goal every, I guess, session. You know what? No, I'm not gonna make anything new for now. We need a ton of stuff, but first off, we need sticks. So every session, I'm going to set a goal for myself as a means of keeping the game actively, like keeping myself actively engaged with the game, because I find it pretty easy to get a bit lost, even for myself, at like what to do for the game. So, with that in mind, I am going to be looking for a place to settle right now. This is going off the cuff, by the way. I just want to get settled. That's our objective for today. And I want to see. To do that, I want to find... There we go, there's a river. So I'm going to be near the river looking for a good spot to start building a home. And I'm going to see how far I can get with just some simple, I guess, stone tools, mud bricks, that kind of stuff. That's going to be our main focus. Now, I am talking about this game from the perspective of someone who is, I guess, I have a fair bit of experience with it. So with this, wait a second. Okay, right now I am looking for these things. Yup! God fucking damn it. I think I'm fucked. Oh, I'm actually fucked. Oh no. Oh, shit. Alright, let's see. How quick can I break these things? Or are the nasties gonna be finding me? Ah, this is fucking great. You know what? We're taking this fully seriously, and I hear you, you bastard. You know what? Cards on the table. I'm GMing myself out of this. Ah, that was dirty. Like, I'm dead there. Like, straight up. That is so deep that without a torch, without anything to be able to explore, I am basically going to get killed. And that's kind of that. And, I'm taking. Can someone keep a fake gamer tally? Anyway, so currently my objective is going to be to take a look around, figure out where things are. I would also like to find some peat. While primarily I am searching for cattails, which I will be using to make reed baskets. So, as in real life, if I want to find cattails, I have to find bodies of water, and I think there's a specific way they kind of spawn, but to be completely honest with you, I am far from certain how precise. Ooh, this is good. This is good to have. Rip. I wonder if he has anything on him. Odds are he'll just have some feathers. Guess I can use these to burn. They're not going to be too great, but I'm primarily looking for the bone because bones can be used as handles for stone knives and axes, as well as other stuff. But currently, that's what I care for because, for one, at this point, I'm going to be a bit slow on finding. Oh shit! I am really in the heart of the land. So I'm going to be very slow on finding sticks because I have no woods nearby, and there's also no. Actually, that's kind of it. Oh, never mind. This peat, it is not. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, let's go, let's go. Ah, this is great. So, in this game, one of the things that you primarily use to find minerals which you need to progress, which includes coal, is surface bits, which you see here. For one, I can pick these up to get a one piece of whatever this is. This is going to be relevant when I start needing copper. But for two, this shows. Let's see if we can find it, or if I would need to dig through stone. But it indicates that below here, yeah, there we go. See, there is a vein of the ore, and coal. It's a good find. Honestly, that's kind of the beginning and ending of it. But we need a pickaxe, which I cannot acquire for a while. As you can see, my food is going down quite rapidly, but that's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Some more ropes. Actually, hold on, let me just mark this real quick. This is actually a pretty dense patch. I don't think I've seen one like this before. There we go. So, hold on a second. There we go. My headphones are actually kind of scuffed, so audio gets weird. These things are, I think they're reeds. I am very oh, tool. Okay, so you can use tool as a building material, and with Thatch Expanded, there might be other uses for it, but again, not particularly relevant to me right now, I don't think. And there we go. As you can see, my inventory used to pretty much have no space. Now I have 3 slots. Because this is one of the main mechanics of the game, wherein you can build yourself, well, basically backpacks and bags. I think they're called bags, actually, as a item class. And you need these to expand your inventory, and you can equip up to, if I recall... What do you mean if I recall? You can keep up to 4 of them. Now I'm trying to remember. Let me just look it up. So, you can have copies of them, by the way. This thing is from the scrap weapons mod and the enhanced scrap, and I feel like it's a bit too strong. So I'm going to be keeping away from it, because the sturdy leather backpack, which is supposed to be the next step after the leather backpack and significantly more difficult to acquire, which is vanilla, the sturdy leather backpack, only has 1 less. So we are going to go with this, not with the scrap back. But I'm not going to, my first playthrough after the update, I did go for the scrap back, because at the end of the day, right now I am, yeah, for real. On the world I have, for a playthrough for myself, I'm actually waiting for a couple of large hides to finish tanning so I can make my backpacks. I didn't even get anything else. No hunter, no linen sack. But yeah. So I'm not going to, and I don't think you should feel like, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you shouldn't feel hesitant to use the scrap pack if you find the inventory in the game a bit restrictive. Because, to be honest, at the end of the day, it is just... there we go. It is just 4 extra slots, and they just come kind of earlier. I'm just not going to be using it because I think it's not wholly representative of the game. Basically, like I said, I'm trying to be as what's the word I'm looking for? As fair, I guess, as possible. So I want to look for a nice place to settle down because I think I can pretty easily deal with nighttime. You know what? Let me just actually pick up some dried grass. I can use this to make a bed. I'm just going to, if I really need to, just dig myself into a hole and sleep the night away. And yeah, why this? I'm gonna be honest, it's running suspiciously smooth right now. I'm not gonna grab anything more quite yet. There we go. See, the thing is, I want to settle down next to a river for the purpose of eventually later on when I do build a boat to be able to, you know, park it, like have my what's the word I'm looking for, docks quite close to my own base. But for that, I need... Oh, there we go. Oh, that place looks pretty nice. I don't like the lack of trees. I like to be in forests, but I think it's pretty good. Just moving over there. And, oh, me. Of course, there have to be wolves. I feel like every time I find a nice place to settle, there are just wolves near it. I don't think I've grown. Like, I like dogs. But... Huh? Oh dear. Please tell me this is because of Farseer. That's not rendered quite yet, right? Right? Oh dear. But yeah, one thing you might have noticed when I tumbled into the river, I actually took some damage. That is because in this game, water does slow your fall down, and you can use it to break your falls, but it you need more than just a square. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, something messed up here. Oh, it's the river. It cut right through. Holy shit. Wait, that's bauxite. Oh, that's nice. We're gonna need that later. I think, you know what? I think we are going to settle here under the Great Stone. Maybe sometime in the future I'll just get around to turn it into something. Alright, let's see. This seems pretty far from the wolves. This looks like a nice place, right? There's a... whatchamacallit? A ruin right there. There's trees. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be going with this. Alright, let's make an axe and let's start working on that fire pit. Because I want to go for... wait, no, I'm not gonna... I'm thinking... I'm going to be using firewood for a while until I get to find a peat pit. So I'm just gonna grab a bit of wood. I'm gonna make a simple little mud brick house. Oh shit, I need clay for that as well. God damn it. Okay, I think I'm just going to make a few piles of firewood, mark this place, and then I'm gonna get myself a shovel, and then head out. But yeah, I'm pretty certain that what happened with the mountain is that the river just kind of cut through it. I'm gonna be honest. I am tempted to try regenerating this chunk, but I have had chunks fail to generate properly before, and regenerating them is honestly oftentimes more of a hassle than it pays out. Alright, let me see. So one of the things I've basically discovered recently, with the primitive survival mod is its version of a raft, which basically you hold on to this, and it accelerates you forward when you're in water, and that's just really useful when you have rivers around you. So I'm gonna get that before I head out. And the rest of these are going to be firewood. I wonder, are feathers placeable? Yeah, let's go. And let's make a couple of... I'm going to make a fire starter so I can make a torch, so that if nightfall catches me, I am not running around blindly, because this game gets dark. The tutorial will teach you to cook a torch in a fire pit to light it up. I will teach you to just use a fire starter directly on it. Now, we're going to be dipping a lot into water, so I'm not going to be holding it in offhand. And anything else I want to leave? I'm going to leave the axe here. I should probably make a couple of spears. Now that I think about it. Even though, if I run into anything that's angry at me and is bigger than, like, I don't know, a raccoon, I don't think I have a good chance at fighting it off. I'd better just run away. Alright, anything I can leave here? Let's plant a maple seed, and I'm gonna find sticks as I go. Oh, right, I'm gonna need a shovel head as well. So yeah, current objective, find clay. A recent update, I think it was actually 1.20, made it so that fire clay does not even naturally spawn anymore, and I feel like it's... I don't know, I feel like I'm the only person who's confused about that. Specifically because, I don't know, I feel like people were following the updates regarding that, and well, I wasn't. It was just like, where fire clay? Why not fire clay? Because I feel like the blue clay also has its, what can we call it, its spawn system changed, which is not great when you want to side things. Normally I would be gathering a lot of the vines because I constantly carry with me as many rope ladders as I can. But I don't want to slow down because we're getting close to the first night. Oh, cool, a fruit tree. I could have actually killed that thing. That would have been a good meal. Another thing I like about primitive survival is that you can basically make food far from home. Is that yeah, that's so. If you go and sorry, you can cook meat away from home, quote unquote cook. Now, is that granite or is that limestone? Because limestone is another one of those things that I just can't seem to find whenever I need it. God, I love the thunders in this game. But yeah, like I said, God damn it, that's just claystone. Alright, let's see. Agricultural traders are actually one of some of my favorites because they're a pretty easy source of compost. Compost is weirdly difficult to get in this game. But yeah. Now, as I'm walking around here, I'm just kind of trying to look around, see things. It might, question mark, be smart when I come across ruins like this to dig up the bony soil. Do I have inventory? Yes. Am I gonna do it? Yeah, why the fuck not? Let me just make myself a spear. There we go. I actually thought for a long time that, oh shit, tools, let's see. Okay, that's nice. I actually thought that they always break into bones every time you break them. I hate cobwebs. They just clog up your inventory for nothing. Let's see what we got here. Wait, nothing really? Alright, nighttime is coming. Luckily though, it is spring. So I don't need to worry too much about it being too long. I wonder if this is part of the same ruin. I've always wanted to fully excavate a ruin in this game, just never really got around to do it. Did I just get turned around? Am I stupid? The answer to both questions is yes. I'm really stupid. Holy shit. What are we... The fuck? I have no idea how the fuck are these webs more annoying than those in Minecraft. Because these don't really slow you down like that significantly. But somehow... I'm pretty certain that I've skipped over... I wonder how many hours can I sleep? 7 hours. What time is it now? Nearly 8. That'll wake me up near 3. You know what? I think in an hour or so I will be going to sleep. By the way, did you all know that your hunger rate increases if you have something in your offhand? I just found that out a few days ago. In my defense, I am not very attentive. also suspecting that I have definitely missed a good few surface ore deposits. There. I love rains in this game. There was a channel. I'm trying to remember what it was precisely called. Something like how to make everything. I don't think it was that. Basically, it was this channel that made a whole video series about like progressing through history of technology and stuff. And I like that concept a lot. Actually, the thing that got me into this game was I'm trying to reconstitute the timeline in my head, but I think it started with me seeing. I think Dr. Stone was the first thing that I saw, which I was like, holy, that's so fucking cool. And no. Oh, I don't want my torch to go out. And after that, I played Septic Ages, and I was thinking, ooh, this is like Dr. Stone. I'm like progressing through technology. And I kept looking for something that would like really scratch that itch. And I was talking to a friend who is really into actually this is lead. I have been led. It would be very useful if I had bullseye. So anyway, a friend of mine asked me if I knew about Vintage Story, and he told me it was like, well, it's like Minecraft, but it's like really hardcore and stuff. And then I watched the trailer, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't actually the idea of technology and everything else that got me intrigued. It was the fact that it had classes. And I was like, here in my mind, I was like, oh my god, skill trees, like progression as well as through technology. That sounds right up my alley. Obviously, that's not the case if you're not running XSkills, but still, I will be a victim of gravel gravity, aren't I? Like at some point. Is that a trader's caravan? Yes, it is. Wolf pup, that means there's gonna be a mama wolf nearby. You know what, if this guy has a bed, I'm gonna sleep in it. Hello, buddy. Oh, treasure hunter, let's fucking go. This will be useful later. Let's see, because I don't remember these guys having anything really good to trade. I retract what I said. It's funny how I just kind of forget shit when I'm basically on the spot. Ah, that's a lovely little shiver. Alright. I should probably unequip the torch. That could have been a good idea. There's a lot of quartz nearby. To be fair, though, quartz is pretty large in veins. You know, I was actually listening to a video talking about one of those, like, Satanic Panic style videos about the... articles about gaming. Like, and it said something to the effect of, these dangerous skills are taught to our children by video games. And I'm like, If I can handle a gun properly, it's only because I bought bootleg airsoft guns from like a nearby farmer's market when I was, I don't know, 7 or 8. They sold for like $3 to $4. They were not good quality, but that's how I know what a safety is and what a release for the whatchamacallit magazine is. I'm not even sure it. I mean, for the safety, yeah, because it's literally written. But I'm not even sure if the like one button next to the handle isn't the thing you press to release the magazine. Then I have no idea where it is. Uh, I'm looking around. I actually forgot that I was looking for clay. I started looking for surface copper deposits, and I just realized that my current objective is to find clay, and I have no chance of finding clay in a gravel hill. And so yeah, but not in the game that I've played. Hell, even if I'm able to not cut myself with if I'm given like a sword, that's because I've watched stuff like Scalagrim, you know. But the most that I've learned from games is actually from this game, but it's stuff like what the fucking what's it called? Brain, work with me. Cementation furnaces, that kind of thing. Pretty much how to create. Funnily enough, also the fact that apparently gold and silver are mostly found in quartz veins. I wonder why that is. There might be something here. Because there are some where you can dig underground and you can find some rooms, but alright, let's take a look here. See if we can spot anything through. Ooh, that's slate. That's useful. I'm gonna start heading southwards towards that small lake with a trader near it. But I am going to be gathering a I'm going to be gathering the flint all the way there because I have not in any of my playthroughs since the update found fire clay before making it with flint, which is actually something that I need the brown coal for, because you can use the charcoal, but it burns so fast that it's not really effective for the purpose of making calcinated flint. Basically, the process of in the process of like calcinating, you oxidize the remaining like what do we call it? I guess metal inside it. Yeah, inside the. Come on, you can do this, brain. I believe in you. Did I get? Hold on, let me see. I feel like I got rubber banded. I'm gonna be looking on the preview. Let's see. Yeah, that's rubber banding, right? Anyway, so you basically clean it of organic and other such impurities. I should be able to explain this. This is supposed to be um my field of expertise. Though to be fair, it's probably a deprecated process. Am I just... Well, no, I am dumb, but why does there seem to be no clay around? Am I actually not looking in the right place, or am I just being unlucky? Because so far it's worked well enough for me to just walk around, look for it. To be fair, though, I am not particularly prone to suffering from good luck. There was this one saying that I've heard once, and I felt like I related so much to it. This guy talking about a southerner dude he worked with who said that he, with his luck, it could be raining tits and he'd still look up and catch a dick on his face. And honestly, same. I feel that. I should clarify, that's a post that I read, not someone I actually know. So I keep just finding sparse grass and other such stuff. I haven't found peat, I haven't found clay, and there's a good chance I am being stupid and I haven't noticed it. But there's also a non-zero chance that I'm just that, like, unlucky. Oi! Another agricultural supplier. I thought I heard the buzzing of bees, which is really hard to hear sometimes. And having some bees would be really nice right about... Oh wait, I still need clay. Am I gonna find, like... literal... Ooh, red apples, nice. Am I gonna find literally everything aside what I need? Just, man. Just give me some beat. Oh, there we go. Okay, found the solution. Bitch at the game until... What are the odds this is a meteor site? I am goated. Holy shit. I am so fucking happy. I wish I could remember off the cuff the name of the dude who made a video who was like, yeah, you can find these sites around the map. You just need to look for them being like really regulated. And lo and behold, I found it. And there was no meteoric iron up top. Let's fucking go. So, I'm actually not familiar with meteoric iron and how it works in real life. So I'm not sure if it's significantly sturdy or anything, or it's just, you know, kind of like pure because as it's exposed to high heat, it pretty much can't help but I want to say cook, but that's not it. But actually, it's just come on, what's my what are words? I can do this. Come on. But in this game, it actually is pretty much tier 4.5, I guess. Because normal iron is tier 4, and you need iron to process meteoric iron. But meteoric iron is slightly better. Also, it's white and gold and looks really, really cool without being as weak as like silver tools, you know. So yeah, great find. I'm so happy. You know what? For only that alone, I'm happy with this session. But I'm not stopping until, if nothing else intervenes, which might be the case actually. Um, I am not stopping the session until I find and bring home at least a couple stacks of clay. It's funny because in my quote-unquote private world, I have pretty much struck gold except for limestone. Like in my area, I have tin. I have found a good few iron veins. I've found some decent copper, and it's all within. Oh, fuck off. There we go. And it's pretty much within like walking distance of my base. And I found borax too, I think, which is nice because I can now make leather properly. But, comma, uh, I can't find limestone, which I need to make quicklime. Commodities, let's go. There's a commodities merchant actually near my spawn. Oh, thank you for the peat. I don't need it. I don't know why I'm looking into their inventory. Because honestly, it's not like I have the cash to buy it with. But yeah. So I have pretty much everything I need there, but I also have vast. I'm gonna just stretch these out a bit. I can make the jump. So I think this might just be RNG's karma. You know, gave me a good couple of things. Oh yeah, I'm also missing brown coal. Which, I mean, sucks, but not too bad, because I found a bit here and there, you know, found some from ruins, looted it, that kind of stuff. And, oh, you are taking the fucking Mac. Fuck off. It wasn't even, like, the threat of the sow itself, it was the fact that, it ran me the risk of pushing me into the cave, because I would have just had to, like, look, starting out, falling into the cave, whatever. Like, I think it's pretty understandable to just GM myself out of it. However, here getting out of the cave, yeah, no, that would, I would feel like that's cheating. So I just have to take the L, have to lose all the stuff I've gathered up until now. And I kind of don't want that to happen. So, yeah, as I was saying, this is some really poor luck. And either that or I'm really fucking blind. Well, actually, just realized, because I do have a torch, so I'm not as blind as if I would have been. Yeah, you know what? I should probably make at least 3 ladders. Like, find 6, pick up 6 vines, make them into ladders, because that's pretty much all you need unless you're to, like, at least be able to climb out. Seven. I'll make a couple. Oh, fuck. 8. Alright, 4 more. And 55 years in the past. That actually, by the way, that is only relevant to me, and the only reason why I know about it is because of epic rap battles of history. I would have had food too. Now, obviously, would have been why? Thank you. I bet you're awesome too. Um, if I like, this is another deep one, but I can actually make it out of this. But if, If I were actually pushed into that cave by the sow, I think I could have actually pulled something off. Maybe found on a couple locusts, break their nests. I'm not even sure I can without a pickaxe, but that could have been an option because the nests do tend to drop rope. So maybe I could have made my way out. I want to see what's the red thing. I think it's a red maple. They actually have mole site, so I need to get close to it. And hell, might even bring it home. Don't really need the sandstone. Ah, another hole to fall into. Now, where did I see that? There it is. Yep, it's a red maple. Sorry, crimson maple. You know what? I'm gonna use the knife. Another cool thing this game does is that different tools have their own like they don't just clean a specific kind of block faster. They clean multiple specific kind of blocks faster. And for example, knives are also faster with vegetation. Sorry, plants. Come on, give me one seed. That is all I ask. Am I hearing bees? Well, if nothing else, I'm getting myself a lot of sticks. I find that sticks seem to always either be a problem, like a inventory problem. That is to say, you have too many, or you have too few of them. I have never had just enough sticks. Am I really not gonna get any? Wow. Fellas, if this does not signify that the game has it out for me right now, I don't know what does. Because I've chopped down, like, I don't think it has. Ooh, that looks nice. I don't think that. That's primitive survival. I am not actually sure what it is. I just assume it's supposed to be fireflies just because it gives me peace of mind. But, like I was saying, I know the redwood trees have a comically small drop chance for their seeds, which has turned me into an actual has turned me into an in-game fucking conservationist where I don't want them to be like recklessly cut down, just chop them off like your um I don't know, I just don't I don't like that. So, that's how it works. Plus, they're very good decorations because they're the only significantly tall tree outside of like, well, I guess pines and oaks are also reasonably tall, but then hmm those like oaks are okay, which was not intended as a pun, but I'm going to take it as such. But more importantly, pines are very skinny. Even the most like thick-leaved ones that I've seen, at least, aren't too great looking. Am I just being comically unlucky? Hmm. Like, even the most thick-leaved ones are going to be skinny and not give that feeling of, like, you know, a forest roof. But that's kind of where it ends. Redwood is pretty much the only wood that gives that feeling, and it just is so hard to um, make more of it because of how few seeds it drops. But that's the only one I know to be like that. I did not know, or did not think at least, that the Crimson Maple would be the same way. But apparently it turns out that it is. So that, well, pretty much sucks to suck. Hmm. You know, the thing is, I am somewhat convinced that part of the problem is the fact that I don't, what you call it, I'm in a dry area, like rainfall in this area. Huh? I stand correct, but still, this area feels pretty arid, and I don't think clay spawns too reliably in arid areas. Aridus, if you will. Hmm. You know what? If I'll find borax too, then I'm gonna be happy. What is here? Farming. What am I gonna get? My favorite. I will now jump for joy. I am jumping for joy. Can you feel the joy in my body? Man, this is nice. I like the fact that when I use the skill books, it makes a food eating sound. That just tickles me. But yeah. Alright, let's see. What do you have for me? Got anything? Oh, you're a clothing merchant. Alright. Name all clothes. I was about to fall into this one as well. Worst thing is, I pretty much saw it like the second before I jumped, but my brain was like, had I queued up the action already? So I was stuck in it. Alright, let's see. Alright. I could probably find a lot of stuff if I excavated these. I'm not going to, but I probably could. Honestly, if there's one recommendation I think everyone should walk away from this stream with is get Farseer. It's really useful to like how this world feels more believable. Now, what the fuck was that? Was that just the clouds growing red for a lightning strike? Ooh, linen, that's nice. Hold on. Well, I'll be diddly damned. You know what? You are going to be a future jump scare, as I will have forgotten that you're here. So I'll be wandering around this place already and I'll be like, why is there a basket here? Who wants to make a bet that that's going to be what happens? The worst part of it is that you need clay to make cobblestone. Cobblestone is a material that you can get before you get your pickaxe to build, you know. And I should probably put this here instead of the wormy. There we go. Forage. Let's see, what do you have for me? Ooh, these are nice things. I usually actually tend to skip the vessels just honestly because I don't find too much use for them. I'm just gonna toss these away. What have I found here? A axe. Ah! uh, the... Oh, cool. I forgot that I'd made two of these. Because normally my approach to killing enemies at this stage is to juke them while tossing two spears. Like using two spears that I'm... Alright, message received. I don't have a home actually to go back to, technically speaking. Give me clay or give me electric death. I do not care which. Just free me, man. And of course it is getting late. How could it not? Oh, bear. Please go away. Thank you. I choose man anyway. Oh, cool. That's speed and it's closer to home. That's good to know. Yeah, no damage. I'm eating these. Because, if I do actually get... Oh dear, we are literally back home. That's not good. Alright, let's see. Did we go northwards or southwards? Let's go around the bauxite mountain.
How the fuck am I this fucking blind? Jesus.
How? Why? Che. Whatever. You know what? I'm gonna dig down, see if the copper vein is exposed or if I'm going to need to mine through stone for it. Yep, apparently looks like I needed a pickaxe. Just out of curiosity, honestly, because it's still going to be of no use to me until I get a pick. So let's just... Okay, you go up here, and you go down here. What the fuck was that sound? I am in no small part spooked. Good morning. What the fuck was that sound? I suspect that I'm normally playing this game either with something in the background, like while listening to something, or with, you know, someone. I suspect that I have never actually gotten around to listen to the game's more subtle, so to speak, audio cues. And I choose to think that that is why I did not recognize them, and not because there's like one thing I know of, which is I have not met quite yet Oh dear. What is going on there? Oh, it's the way Farseer blended into. Ah! I did not see them. It's the way Farseer blends into the actual generated chunk. You know, this fog reminds me. When I was a kid, I didn't have a great computer. Like, there were two PCs in the house. One was in my room, and one was. Oh, that's nice. Good to know there's clams around, in case I need limestone. Or rather, lime. I can't find limestone. So, as a kid, I found I had my computer, which was a Windows 98. That's the year I was born. So to clarify, no, it was not too good. And I'd use it to play games that I like burnt on discs on my mom's computer, which was actually, I think it was worse than mine, but it had a connection to the internet and it was a Windows XP. So I'd grab stuff like Quake or Doom and burn them on CDs before bringing them over to my PC and installing them. And I was surprised when it actually ran Quake. That was impressive, in my opinion. But that was my PC, so no internet connection. Windows 98, not really good. And my mom's PC might have actually been worse because I could only run like Visual Boy Advance on it. So I forgot where I was going with this. Hold on, let me refresh my brain. Right. So I was very happy when I got a pretty old beaten up laptop, and I saw, to my delight, that it could run Minecraft, which I'd seen friends play. I like knew of it. I convinced a friend of mine to like install it, and oh dear, I thought there was no floor. To install it just so I could like at least vicariously play while, we're at his place. And I remember after the first night in Minecraft when I played alone on that laptop, I was shocked when I woke up and I thought that the game was emulating like a foggy morning because I just slept next to a small like I don't know, puddle, I guess, just this small body of water, and or I don't remember if I'd actually slept because this was like way back. Huh, I don't remember because I'm not up to snuff with my Minecraft history, so I'm not sure if there were beds yet. But should we go? Should we see if we're two for that? We're 2 for 2 with the meteoric iron. You know what? Let's do it. Sadly, we are not. Oh well, such is life. So I woke up, or morning got there, whichever it was. Again, in my mind, it just starts in the morning, so that's why I think I had slept up until then. And there's fog around me, and I did not know the concept of a render distance. I also thought the laptop was pretty goddamn good, so I didn't think that I would have like short render distance. And as such, I just assumed the game actually simulated, um, early morning fog. And I'm reminded of that when I see the actual fog at the surface of the river in this game. Because honestly, here's the thing, right? Honestly, first time you... Ooh, this is sexy. Wait a fucking second! I did not notice this! I am fucking stupid! Let's go! Oh, this is inventory, baby. Oh, this is great. Let's see. That's nice. Some copper. So, where I was going with this, right? Um, Minecraft, when you first play it, is one of those games where it's like so big, right, and so grand that it genuinely does capture your imagination, right? It's not just because you're a young kid, because I was a kid back then, but I was like 12, 13 or so, I think. Because afterwards I did get a computer that could run it. It was actually a gift from my grandpa. Um, but until then, like, I it wasn't that I was just like awestruck in wonder because of that alone. It is genuinely a factor in the way the game is made that just makes it so easy to essentially daydream about it. And honestly, that's one of those things that I just love about games in general. Just how they capture your imagination. And let's see, what do you have for me? Ooh, lime, that's good. No, like it matters. By the time I get back here with gears, he's not gonna be selling that. Or no, he's not gonna be selling that rotation. Oh dear, these faults terrify me. And honestly, the reason why I'm still so in love with this game is that even after playing it so much, uh, partly because of the lore itself and the fact that there's a story behind this vintage. Someone shoot me. Anyway, I am fascinated because, it's people call it grown-up Minecraft, and for one, it is because of how it's familiar enough that you can translate a few of your Minecraft skills and from your Minecraft experience to this game. But more importantly, because of otherwise it's a brand new experience. As such, when you play this game for the first time, when you actually like just immerse yourself in it and experience it, basically, it's genuinely just playing Minecraft for the first time again. And that's an experience that is worth, well, experiencing. And that's one of the reasons why I try to encourage people to give this game a look. Because yes, it looks like Minecraft and all that, because it is based on a Minecraft mod based on another Minecraft mod. But fundamentally, it's also, its own experience in a way that just, I don't know, it tickles that wonder. What's the word I'm looking for? That I want to say wanderlust, but it's not precisely the proper word. But it does genuinely ignite the imagination, and it's just a world that I find deeply fascinating. And I think a lot of people can find it as well, because at least from what I've noticed, the only time someone walks away from this game without having had a good experience is when they're basically waiting for it to be Minecraft. Which, in spite of the, them being closely related, it is not. And that's a good thing. I mean, Minecraft would suck if it would be this game, you feel? So, oh, cool, lead. Lead is considered so worthless that it's actually not set on by default. On the whatchamacallit, auto marker mod. Now, to be honest, I also could have toggled it, and I decided not to. Because, like, the thing with lead, right? So, lead, specifically because I don't think you can use the sheet for anything. Right? No, wait, not the sheet, a plate. Where is it? Letting it, there we go. Oh, there's not even an... Oh, there is a plate. Oh, you do need it. But anyway, point is, the lead, outside of, like, end game things that, I genuinely don't think are that relevant or worth it based on their price. Like, it's not it's useful for anything other than like leaded glass, you know? And leaded glass paints, they're great. I love them. But they are kind of just decorations. I have still failed to find clay. Now, to be honest, oh cool, there's some andesite here. I'm not sure, but I feel like andesite is one of those rock strati that are just ideal for iron ores to form in, specifically magnetite, I think. Because every time I've had an andesite area, I guess, I have quite easily found iron. So here's hoping. Quartz and more quartz. I'm gonna find the fucking, I don't know. I mean, I do know what I want to say. I just don't want to spoil it for the people in chat who are not too familiar with this game. You know what? If I find lime, like I've said, I'm gonna be happy that I've had to take this path. But well, if I don't, because I'm gonna have to travel a fair bit before I can find it. Wait, did I? Oh, it's just quartz. Quartz veins are pretty large, and you need a bronze pick to mine them, so it's really not that worth it. Why am I lagging? Oh dear. You know what? Let's. One of the crucial mechanics in this game, which we really haven't had time to worry about on account of the situation I'm currently in with the lack of clay, is food spoilage. Fruits obviously spoil pretty quickly because even in real life, you know, they're quick to spoil on account of their high sugar value. It's kind of individual to each type of food. And when the spoil timer is different enough, they no longer stack. That's why I had two different stacks of cranberries. When you stack them together, they pretty much kind of average out um how much time they have left. Like if you have half like if you have two equal stacks and they're not like greater than 64, which is the maximum stack amount. Oh, cool! I can hear the wind howling. Where's my home? Oh, we're pretty far from home actually. That's neat. I'm gonna keep going. I bet you I have actually gone past a good chunk of clay. Like I'm not suspecting, I'm fucking certain. Is that a wolf or a bear? It's a bear. You know, actually, here's a fun question. So, you know how people have this conversation about like, what's the biggest animal you think you can kill, right? And like, that question isn't really fair because as a species, we really haven't needed like built-in killing tools in a very long while. Even our teeth, for example, aren't built to kill because we've had tools to do that for us. Oh, flipped. So I feel like even compared to our other stats, our, I guess, kill potential is pretty low just without any tools or anything. So I think a more interesting question would be, oh dear, hold on a second. I'm going to mute my... My apologies. It seems that the something else has happened, and I will need to head out soon. But holy shit, I have not found a lick of clay. Murphy's Law says that I'm just going to figure out that I'm on a fucking clay deposit. That my base is like on a clay deposit soon. So I'm going to see, because I think I saw a large halite, well, a halite spire in that like underrated chunk. I could not tell in the replay, but anyway. So I'm gonna have to head out soon. As such, I am just going to be... Honestly, I'm gonna try and move in a straight line, see where it takes me. Brain, work with me. Where was I going? What was I saying? Who am I? Why am I here? Who are you people? Alright, let's see. Attempt number... I am so fucking cracked. Now here's the thing, right? So meteoric iron forms these structures around it, right? And they're symmetrical. However, they can be overlapping with others. So I saw this. I thought it was like, well, it's 3, and it's another 3, and it's another 3 here, and it looks like it starts here. So this thing could have generated right next to it and, you know, fucked up the symmetry. Which is why I thought, let's dig underneath. And I was fucking right. Let's go. You know what? I think I'm going to just... Okay, greenery here. I'm going to take a quick look, and before I leave, I'm going to look up the guy who posted that thing so I can shout him out. And if y'all want to spread the love, just go over there and tell them that I send my thanks. Or hell, if you found out from me to do this again, and you want to thank him personally, also do that. Like I'm unbelievably happy because up until now, meteoric iron has been a pretty rare occurrence, you know, in my experience. All right, let's see. That's a lot of stuff. That's, I think, rice. Yep, and nothing else. This is great. This is so great. And we have some stone paths. I mean, it would be, you know... Ooh, cabbage. Huh. How much of these do I have? I have a fair bit. There is an alternative, but to be honest, I don't want to do it. There's the option of using panning on gravel to get me the clay I need. The problem is, who the fuck wants to do that? I like need to... Ooh, nice copper. Y'all can't see the face that I'm currently making. I literally went like fucking... I made a monkey face. You know what? You know what? I think this is fine. I think it's just me being stupid. I'll probably... Should I off-screen this? Should I just take a look around, see if I can find any clay? Where'd the fun be in that? You know, I just did a bit of mining off-screen. Oh, that's a meme for a reason. What the fuck is that? That's a wolf, isn't it? And is that a fucking bear? I actually can't tell. Yep, that's a bear. If the apocalypse comes, I'm so fucked. Actually. Alright, fellas, place your bets. Are we gonna get another meteoric iron? We did not. Bummer. Whoa, Nelly. Yeah, that having that brown coal is so good, man. I really can't wait to find some fucking clay, please. I am going to pray to Tyron for this. Oh, there's some clay. That's nice. Not nearly enough, but I think I can make do with it. What do I need? I do not have enough. But yeah, I think I can get some with whatchamacallit. I can get like, brain. So I would need a cooking pot and a bowl. Those two would take about half of my clay. Like 4 pieces. Right? 3 or 4 in total. That will leave me with 5 pieces. Another 2 would be the crucible. And I think I can make like 3 more and get what's it called? A pickaxe mold. But I still need a hammer mold in order to be able to break the... Oh, peat, nice. In order to be able to break the bits of ore. Okay, this place looks very promising for clay, because there's a lot of peat too. And I think the two tend to be correlated. I'm going to go through the more hilly areas, hoping that I can see it on some hillside. But I'm 100% that the red clay that I need, because not only red clay, I can only hope to get some red clay. It's gonna be fun if I get like blue clay, which is rarer, but I doubt it. Well, I technically did get, but you know what I'm saying. Alrighty, please. I'm not going to mark you. Screw this vein in particular. Where are we? Where are we? Who am I? What is this? Yeah, I'm struggling to find the red clip. Okay, that is my cue to head out. Now, before I go, I am going to look up real quick the guy that I'm talking about. There's a short. Right. Okay, I found. I am pretty sure that it's Awapinku. So he's cool. I need to dip. See y'all. It'll probably be, I don't know, see you whenever. At least once